So what is up, guys? I guess this has been asked a lot, so I think it's time to discuss it. So, what can these EX stages offer you guys that can really benefit your gameplay? So, for EX Mission 7, what they can actually offer you, believe it or not, is a pretty solid passive. And that passive being, physical melee up. Though that's good, it's very solid. I mean, that means this can almost average out. Maybe 35 might be the max on this stage if you find it. But this gives you 35% added on to your extra percentage of extra physical melee. So that all adds up to some extra burn and melt damage. So that's what EX7 actually really offers besides some 500 pieces. Now, the best 500 pieces and best way to find your sharpshooter gimmick is on EX Mission 8. What I mean by this, what EX8 has to actually offer you guys, is pretty much the sub-weapon use limit up. See, I got a 70 and a 62 now. But I don't like the hate. I don't know if that's just a thing or what, but this comes from EX device number 9. Though it's an EX device, it's still pretty good because this helps increase your sub-weapon loadout. Very strong when you need it. It's just, I wish it comes with damage. It probably does. That's why I keep grinding it a couple times. But I think it always comes with hate. It never comes with any extra damage. I think I got this one on Lucky. This does give B melee characters a little bit percentage. And it was like a 47% up, which was solid. So I appreciated the stage because I'm still kind of grinding the stage out to feel out more of these sub-weapon use limits. Maybe you can get the damage up a tiny bit with the extra ammo you're getting. And not only does it affect your sharpshooters, but it can also affect your all-rounders too. So if your all-rounder was a big melee type character, by melee I mean very versatile when it came to using sub-weapons and all that, you would use this. Look how far Alex can go, honestly. It's like, wow, look at that. 9 shots of Gatling gun and Hyper Bazooka's at 6. That's crazy. But without extra damage, honestly, you'd have to have some physical range parts just to kind of get your character kind of going into his motion, his flow. But you can also do that for your all-rounders if you're that type of all-rounder fighter. I mean, I would mostly use this probably for mobile armors, but I'd rather use sharpshooters for mobile armors because the sharpshooters will do a little bit more than the average person and the average bear pretty much. So that's why I kind of go for this stage is mostly for sharpshooters because I feel like all-rounders have pretty solid combo strings now, so I really consider them very heavy when it comes to melee. Now, EX9 is a very interesting stage, and believe it or not, I had to run some tests on this one. This one was a very big one. What EX9 can offer you, and this piece was actually hard to get. I could not get this piece until today, and I was right that this is how I would get it, is pretty much a beam. Where is it? It's around here. He offers it. Where is it? There it is. Beam melee attack up. This is from the Ulios. This is the last boss on the stage that you fight. And look, it gives you a main range sub use it, limit up, etc. But again, he gives you the beam melee 30% item, which is solid. That's good. I mean, that's what you want. Also, believe it or not, on the stage, Alpha P is pretty good too. Theostrut, the last boss, apparently can give you main range sub weapon attack up, so it increases it. But it doesn't increase the limit, but it does give you a third passive, which could be melee or range. Obviously, if this is main range sub-weapons, I want something with range, not melee. So you can grind the final boss EX10 for this piece a lot. Let me see here. Not Neon, not Shamblu. And that, plug-in P's actually really good. He increases your main range item, and not only that, it can actually increase your sub-weapon usage, which is really good. I think I have a good one for the sharpshooter class. I got it, and I'm like, you know, that's pretty good because honestly, increasing that main range stuff is solid to the extent of finding what you need at the end of the day. I think this is the highest plug-in P I found. So you want to look for the alpha on this. This increases your main range attack, so you at least shoot. Your hitbox shoots a little bit more. So that's good, and goes straight up to 50 machine gun, so that's nice. Or whatever weapon you're using, this still gives you a lot more damage to add on. I actually have been using this plug-in P part a little bit with the sharpshooters, so they can actually hit harder, which is nice. So there's that. That's another reason why you would kind of grind EX9. But the biggest reason that you would grind EX9 in particular, and I crap you not, I have turned my all-rounders into God mode melee fighters. And I really do mean that. And I think new Gundam is coming up soon for your next how to build, but this is pretty much a sneak peek. Back damage, aerial damage. This is an extra. This is 56. This is 46. That's 102% extra damage with an arrow, so it's 109% extra damage with a 2,243. So you times that 100.9%, times it by the 2,243, minus the cut rate from the CPU, and that's your true damage output per combo string. It's really solid stuff. Pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. When you see his gameplay, you're like, what the fudge? So what this stage offers is the craziest piece of all, and that's back and aerial. But believe it or not, now my characters are godly. So what is it that you want to search for when it comes to even this stage? You want to maybe search for HP, because think about it, if you have more HP and you have back damage, aerial damage, that's technically a 40% increase to all your attacks as long as you hit their weak points, which is most likely what you shoot for every freaking time you play this game. And that's what I keep showing you to always go for, so keep that in mind. That's why you maximize true damage output. So believe it or not, I even found a 307. I didn't think this could go higher, and I was happy about this. So a 307 with a 47, 55, plus the 42 is, that's a lot. It's like almost 146% from the looks of it. Yeah, because that's 42. 55 equals 97. 97 plus 47 equals 144% extra damage when you hit from the back. And that means you're going to do a lot of melt damage and possibly kill the opponent off one combo string, which is solid. So that's why I kind of tell people to grind it. And believe it or not, I just finished my all-rounder set when it came to this back damage and aerial damage. It's like an amazing feeling, I'm not going to lie. And I've been thinking about subweapon attack too, because this sometimes some of the all-rounders have their best attacks at subweapon attack too. So we boost that up, and with some extra back damage and aerial damage, the back hit is going to go up just a tiny bit more of extra damage, which is pretty solid. So that's why I kind of like that kind of build for my all-rounder, because some of these all-rounders, subweapon 2s, actually do hit. Now, when it comes to sharpshooters in general, like I said, the best way you're going to be building these guys is increasing their ammo count, like Banshee, which we all know he's the big melter. You just want to make sure your loadout can look almost like this, 764. But you want to make sure the damage is there. So what I kind of focused on was made sure, like, this may be 1400 in range, but with the extra sub attack, these shots are actually doing 2900, which is interesting to say the least, because you're shooting 2,900 on your sub-weapon 2, which is great, because that's where all the damage is. So when you shoot them in the back, it can average out to 3,700 or 4,000 per shot in the back, and you have like 4 of those. Pretty solid stuff. Just saying. Anything that can increase your sub-weapon is like solid stuff. I mean, I always say that. There is another solid piece I think you get from EX8, believe it or not. This is like an EX8 thing. I think I got a sub. This was right here. This was like a weird passive, though. It was like physical melee range, cut right up, but it gave me sub-weapon use limit like a little bit. This was like a weird part 10 part, and you get it from that stage. Now, I could use that, but again, I'm minusing range, and I don't want to minus any more range than I can, or I'm going to be 1100, and I'm just doing like baby hits, baby shots. I'm trying to at least maximize my damage output when it comes to my shooting with a sharpshooter. So, with that being said, EX9 tends to offer some really solid stuff. This is probably getting changed to the back damage and aerial damage since this is a higher percent. That means that adds up to a 45% increase or so if it has an HP part on it, and you add the HP up with that so that your damage gets added. So this is how you kind of just turn your characters into fighting warriors with a little extra HP and a little extra hitboxing, which is pretty solid, honestly, depending on how you play. So EX9 does offer that. The final stage, like I said, Theostra offers the same thing, but it just offers main range and stuff like that. It's not like the greatest thing in the world. That's like the other problem. But I recommend EX9 if you want to turn your account into a god account of killing. I haven't even updated these guys yet, but they will in the how to build video and combo reels. So that's what you kind of want to grind for. So it's like say, so what am I really grinding? Maybe just grind EX9, but if you're going to grind EX9, make sure you go prepared. Because if you do find a good back piece and you are playing with crappy AIs, you want to make sure you're playing your best character who has some decent work. I've legit played Burning Gundam on that stage with this build, and honestly, farm it pretty quickly. I don't die, I heal in time, I'm using medic, and I always kill the boss just in time, and I'm using Armor Breaker, and that's helping me get through the stage so I don't lose those back parts. Because I got a lot of good back pieces. Now all these characters can really melt, and it's like honestly amazing. So yeah, it's crazy. Crazy good. I could actually replace this with an extra 300. Or I can replace this for 300, and then Gundam Epion just kills you in one combo string. Which we'll see in the future. But, yeah. So, pretty much, guys, that's just my opinion to you guys who want to just turn your account into a God account. We still don't know what Extreme Stage 5 will offer. Maybe a 500 range part, since Penelope will be out. It's a sharpshooter. Maybe they're going to give us, like, better sharpshooter parts on that stage against a mobile armor. We don't know. We have to wait and see. But I assume Extreme Stage 5 will offer a very strong range part in general. That's my go-to before they announce the Season 2 pass, where we go to level 110, and then we're getting level 600 parts or 700 parts, etc. But right as of now, as it states right now where this game is at, if you get the back and aerial damage, you will kill these mobile suit stages in like 2 freaking seconds. Period. I've done it. I showed you. I show you I can melt. They die in almost one combo string or with one chain breaker in between. They're nasty, these aerial and back damages, and that's the beauty of it. Especially with the characters who actually have reset on their combo strings, etc., etc. So, what do you grind? Probably EX9. What do you grind for your sharpshooters? Definitely EX8. Try your best to get those parts. You don't even have to get high 500. You just need a part that's gonna you just want your guns up, but as long as you have all parts that have like a sub-weapon up type deal, you'll hit for damage. That's number one. So just keep that in mind. So right when I got to EX9, that's when I said, all right, let me really grind out that back damage. Because honestly, if you have all this back damage and you're adding up 140% times the melee, that's your true damage output. And that's why you're going to melt this person to death. That's what made this EX mission more suitable. Now, you can always do a trick with this stage. Let me show you it. So you don't freaking be like, but this is going to take... No, this will not take it on. The only long part is trying to finish the stage. The other really, really long part is actually getting the part you need. So I'm going to show you an example. One quick example. Just so you're aware. I don't know if you're aware of it, if you're new to it. I don't know. Let me just show you this quick example. Right here, bud. Come at me. Nope. Bam. Bam. Damage will add up once I pop them in the air. Every attack is hitting for 1,000, so you know that's good. And smash. Punch him again. Bam. Done. See? Simple. Alright, so once he dies, see what parts you get. Okay, I got a rank 10 part. 2 rank 10, so let's see. I got a melee 3-7, not the greatest. I got back damage and the aerial damage, but it says hate. I don't want hate. I want melee on this bad boy. Or max range. So if you don't get that, abandon the mission, start over. Don't waste your time. If you don't, because I'd rather you guys get the back pieces, because those are going to give you your true damage output. And true damage, I mean, you're just going to melt every CPU in solo mode and have a really fun time doing it. So that's what I recommend to you guys. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Definitely do EX9 or whatever you prefer. EX8 for your sharpshooters, EX9 for the really heavy melee damage for your all-rounders and in fighters, so you do a hell of an amount of damage on your opponent. Thanks for watching, homies. Y'all be good. Stay safe. We'll see y'all for that new how to build video later today. Peace out.